and we're going to give it a go. Here's what we got. Through that, and then we got some soloing. Okay, and then we got the old outro. Good to have an envelope filter on that one. So, okay, if you like that, stay tuned. Here we go. First thing we're going to do is the first part, is the intro. And there's 2 guitar parts on the intro. The easy chord version, which I was playing first, is A. And I'm really kind of working on this, coming back up on these higher pitched strings. So it's kind of like a hit that. I'm playing a B chord. B bar chord down here. Okay? And you have to look that up. I ain't got time. This is going to take a while. I can't show you the chords on all of them. But so we're doing a B bar chord, which basically is the bar chord on the 7th fret. So you're going to want to do a little hit the E string. Okay. And then right there, we're going to lay down, and Jerry would do it with his pinky, with an E chord, which is this, bar chord starting on the A string, 9th fret. I'm sorry, 7th fret. I hope I told you 7th on this one. B's on the 7th, E's on the 7th. And then that, my friends, is A. And I like to kind of do this version, which you're taking like an F chord up here where you're barring these 2 strings, the E and the B. And then, you're doing in your F like that. And then your birdie finger on the G string, 2nd. And then your ring finger on the D string 3rd. Think of that F. And we can move that anywhere on the neck. And we go, okay, so, or you could do the B there. To E, B, to A, which is that F formation right there, R. Okay? So that's the easy one. So you got one guy working that. And I'm doing my technique on my left hand on these chords is I'm finding myself kind of using the muting by, you can do you see? You can lift up barely, and it'll, okay? To get that, I'm still keeping my fingers on all the strings. I'm unfretting it. So like, I got some of that going on, okay? So, that's, also an A. Okay, there you go, work on that. Then the other guy that's a little more leady can kind of take this B formation, taking the F, bringing it on down to the B, 7th. Okay, so that's a little pinky action. We're doing that B chord with the F shape, and we're taking our pinky, and we're gonna 1, 2, 3. So that's putting the pinky down, and it could be a hammer-on pull-off, but that's on the G string on the 9th fret. See, that's that. And I can kind of get all this done, kind of working the G and the D string. I'm starting with the D string, you know, D to G, pull off with the pinky on the G. All right, now this technique I want to show you, this is an octave. And we're going to go with our pointer finger, and we're going to take the A string all the way down to the 9th fret. And then we're going to skip a string, and we're going to go to the G string on the 11th fret. Okay? But now, if we hit it like this and leave this middle string open, it sounds like not good. So we have to take this pointer finger here, and we have to barely angle it down. This is getting into some technique, to where this string here in the middle is muted. And then I'm even taking my ring finger here, which is on the G string, and I'm angling it down a little bit. I'm not fretting the string. I don't want this. I want... That's the B string that I'm muting. So there's some... That's the technique on that. If you ever want to learn how to do those octaves, you know. It's a great technique. Very jazzy. Very cool. Very cool. So anyway, so we're going to work on that technique. We're going to get that technique down if you want to be this guy that does this part. And we're going to go... Man, I'm even taking my birdie finger and using it. And I'm muting this string. And it's doing some muting. So in the technique, like I said, these fingers are muting. I'm laying this birdie finger down so that I can approach that E string. And you know, depending on how your action is, you just got to play with that. Okay. So then we're going from the pointer finger being on the A string, we're doing the same octave, 9th, 7th, 6th, that's where the A string pointer is, 7th, 9th, 11th, 12th. Resolving on that 12th. That means, you know, double dot, my pointer finger's on the double dot, okay? You may have to rewind it to go back to that, but that's that. And I got some chicken scratch in there. I love the meters. Take your right hand, mute all the strings, and go. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good exercise to get that stuff down. Okay, so that's that part. Okay, that's the intro. Now the next part is the verse. And with that verse, we're going to do an E bar chord. Governor Square. Everybody, we played this song doing a Grateful Dead tribute. Everybody wanted to Governor Square. And wait, don't do that. Governor Square. You got to jump that B. And you're going to have to work on that. If you play the album, you'll hear it. But you tend to want to Governor Square. No. Governor Square. Bum, 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 bum. Okay? So so basically, if you think of it this way, this is a B note. This is the 7th fret, E string, and it's a B chord. So square, and then again. Okay. Now I got a lot of this is flow from me, so I got to think about my fingering techniques because it's so important on this. On a difficult song, it's so important the way you're moving your pick back and forth, and it's so important with what fingers you're using. That's the big part of it. If somebody can just show you, like I'm doing, you know, what finger to put where, you can get there. If you don't do the fingering right, it's not going to happen. But anyway, so Governor Square. Okay, so we hit the B chord. Bum, bum, bum. Let's start with that. So we're pointer finger on the E string on the 7th. And then we're going to go to the 9th with the pinky. And then we're going to... Then we're changing strings. A string 6th fret with the pointer finger. Then we're going to go down to the 9th fret with the pinky finger. And then we're going to slide down to that same fret with the pointer finger. That's kind of tricky, but let me show you real slow. That's a hammer-on pull-off on the pointer finger. So it's the second time you're hitting this note, and you're going from the 9th to the 11th. Hammer-on pull-off, pinky and down to resolve on the A string, same string, A string, 12th fret. One more time. That's your part 2, and that's, you know, some good stuff. And then part 3 is pretty easy. One Scarlet Begonias. Okay, that's just gonna be, and you know, you can do different chord inversions here. You know, when I do these songs, look, I know that there's different chord inversions. You know, but a lot of times, you know, it's good to learn it with a standard chord, and then you can work in your inversions and stuff like that. It's good to know the structure of the song. So, you know, this is a hard one, and depending on how many guitarists you have, if you're playing an acoustic, you know, you have to decide if you want a lower sounding chord or a higher sounding chord. But you can certainly get through these songs with bar chords and things like that. But basically, so that's going to be an A. One Scarlet Begonias, E, B. So you can go, one Scarlet Begonias. Okay? Then it holds the A. Right away. Again, that's A, E, B. A, E. A, E, B. That intro. Those two parts are played over each other. And then it goes back, it gets to a part in the song where it goes, so it does the B to E. Okay, so we're going. So that, my friends, is we're going to hit a B. We can be hitting the chord here, but we're kind of focusing on the E string. So we're going bam, 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 1, 2, 3. I'm doing some back and forward here. So we're going to go, this is going to be on the 7th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. I think this inversion is true to form of what I saw Jerry doing on a video. So look. Okay, so after we do that little run I just taught you, we're going to do an F sharp chord. And then B, A, E. Okay, so I think I'm about to run out of time, so let me get you on this real quick. The lick here, E, second, fourth, A second. Then we're going to do the A hammer on pull off from the second to fourth. And we're going to resolve on the D string second fret. Okay? It does it twice. Then it's going to do it again. And then we're going to move this to the second fret. Fourth fret, E string. When we do it that way, since it's not an open string, we're starting on the second, and then we're going to the fourth, hammering down to the sixth, going to the A string fourth, doing the hammer on pull off, and then on the A string, and then resolving on the fourth on the D string. Okay, so it's like. Now we're going to start from the second fret. Now we're going to start from A, fifth fret. Same lick. Now we're going to get down to the seventh. And I just do a little pentatonic run. Something like that. And that's that little run there, and that's going to work back into that E. I'm moving quick because I think there may be a 20-minute rule on this, and then I'll have to show you. You may have to call me for that one. And then after it does that little run, it just goes right back to the E.